Let's go to our reporter Calvin Dludla right now to give us the latest. Calvin, what is happening where you are right now? We are anticipating an update regarding investigations as well. What's transpired?
Good afternoon to you and to our SABC viewers at home. We have moved from Maseru now to Galeview. That is where the executive mayor of the city of Ekurhuleni, Nkosindiphile Xhakaza, is visiting the family. And Nkosindiphile Xhakaza is inside one of the houses here where he is talking to the family members here. Of course, he is here to send condolences and the words of comfort to the family. We will be able to engage with him once he gets out, where that is when he will be able to brief the media. What we know now is that the members of the South African Police Service will actually visit the crime scene tomorrow. But let us also introduce one of the family members of one of those who died yesterday. And thank you very much for your time. I know this is a very difficult time for you and the family. Just tell us, how did you learn about the passing of your sister?
My cousin we are a very close family. Like I said, this is the house that I was raised in, and she lived right opposite us. And you know, my family is very close knit. There are two other family members within this area as well. Many of us come from Reiger Park, and how I learned about the unfortunate demise of my cousin was through my mother phoning me, which stays in the exact same road where my cousin was found deceased.
Now, I know it's difficult for the whole family to take this.
Yeah, it's been a tough morning, and I think many of us are lost for words, because no one expects something like this to happen to your loved one. You see other people go through it, and I think once it's so close to home for us, you know, we are no strangers to violence, because we were born and raised in Reiger Park as an area. And unfortunately, as much as you try to rise above the circumstances, there are challenges that unfortunately we cannot prevent from happening to our loved ones.
How was she? What kind of person was she?
Firstly, I would say the one thing that Rolene was an amazing mother. You know, she lost her parents at a very young age, and she had to grow up very quickly. We have lost someone that was dedicated to her family and friends and everyone she loved. She was an extremely generous person as well, and I think that is what everyone wants to remember her by. She was very jovial in her character and spoke her mind at all times.
What would you want to see happening now that you have lost a close family member due to crime, gangsterism, guns around this area of Reiger Park? What would you want to see happening? Government officials, including the mayor, are here to engage with your family.
I hope that this would be a wake-up call for our community, because, you know, so many people have lost their loved ones. And unfortunately, it has got to the point where mothers are now losing the children are now losing their mothers. I think we have come to a point where there is no return for many people. No one is safe at this point, because I believe that so many of us are looking for answers, and sometimes we don't have that answers.
Thank you very much for your time. Let me release you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was a family member of one of the deceased, weeping, understandably so, colleague, live on television, saying that they have lost a member, a family member. As I have mentioned, the executive mayor of the city of Ekurhuleni, Nkosindiphile Xhakaza, is inside a house behind me, engaging with family. I heard songs, they were singing gospel songs, and I saw the mayor standing up. He was talking to family members, of course, sending words of condolences and comforting words to the family. He might be outside any time from now. That is when he will be able to engage with us. So for editorial purposes and planning, tomorrow, Brigadier Atlanta Mache from SABC confirmed to SABC News that the senior police officers, that might include the acting minister, Firoz Kachalia, will visit the crime scene at Maseru, where we were earlier. That is where the top brass of SABC will be visiting that crime scene with the family. So SABC News will be there tomorrow morning. What you are waiting for is the exact time of that gathering. So I think now the executive mayor of the city of Ekurhuleni, Nkosindiphile Xhakaza, is coming out of that particular house. He will be able to come and engage with us. Nkosindiphile Xhakaza, I think you see him wearing a navy blue jacket. He is wearing sunglasses. He's coming to us so that he can be able to brief us. We spoke to Brigadier Mate earlier, who speaks for SABC. She confirmed that there are people of interest that they are looking into. She didn't say that they are expecting to make arrests soon. She didn't promise anything, but she said to SABC News that there are people of interest that they are looking into. That is when, as SABC News, will be able to get the names, surnames, and the ranks of the officials, South African police members that were under the anti-gang unit known as AGU. This particular incident, we are told that it happened yesterday around 7 p.m. That is where such incident happened. The executive mayor of the city of Ekurhuleni will come to us so that he can be able to engage with the media, maybe so that he can be able to explain more, especially with the issues of guns here in Reiger Park. Remember, this is not the first incident in 7 days. On Thursday last week, we were told that one person was shot dead. And remember, last year, I think it was around November, where many people, there was a mass shooting that took place here. I remember SABC covered that particular funeral. What you are waiting for is the executive mayor of the city of Ekurhuleni to come and engage with the media, including SABC News, on the matter. As you can see, Executive Mayor Nkosindiphile Xhakaza are being briefed by senior government officials, local officials, and he had engaged with some family members. What we need to know now is what happened inside that particular house. We spoke to the family saying that governments need to do more in order to curb such incidences in this particular area of Reiger Park. The executive mayor is about to come to engage with us as he is being briefed. What we need to emphasize is that tomorrow morning there will be a visit that will be done by the members of the South African Police Service. They will be visiting the crime scene. What you are waiting for is the exact time from the police that was confirmed by Brigadier Dludla. But now the executive mayor of the city of Ekurhuleni, Nkosindiphile Xhakaza, is here. Thank you very much, Executive Mayor. We have been waiting for you. Thank you very much for making time for SABC News. You can tell us the engagement that you had inside. This is a devastating matter.
Yeah, no, thank you for the opportunity. I mean, we came here to see the family, to give them support, to pass our condolences, because it's not just the 2 police officers that lost their lives. There's 2 young girls that perished in the hands of I don't know how to describe. I mean, people who continue to terrorize this community of Reiger Park, continue to shoot and kill innocent souls. We're talking about 2 young girls. So we had an opportunity to talk to give comfort to the family of Rosalind Lessing. And of course, we also brought our social development, our social workers, so that they can actually offer them counseling. It's not just for this family. The entire community, as you can see, they're terrified. And our presence, it goes a long way just to assure them that police are here. Is not just the South African Police Services, our own Metro police, There's a joint operation including the security industry to actually ensure that we continue the fight. We don't surrender to criminals, and that a manhunt is ensuing, and all stakeholders, including communities, just to assure that we bring law and order, in this community. Yeah.
Mayor, people here are saying that despite the police interventions, they're not really seeing the change on the ground in terms of the shootings. They're telling us that on every day there are shootings in this community. What intervention can you offer as a city? And do you think that currently the police that are here are doing enough?
There's a lot of work. As you can see here, I'm with our own EMPD, the director Nhlapo, who's actually leading all the specialized interventions. The teams, they are working jointly with the SAPS. We're also working with community security units to ensure that there's a integrated approach to fighting criminality. Some of the perpetrators, they are known. They are amongst living here amongst communities, and really is to ensure that we root out perpetrators who continue to terrorize, if I were to use that word, this community of Reiger Park. And being here is that commitment to join all the forces. The Premier was here last night, and as I was coming down here, I was also talking to him to say we need to ensure that we really intensify the efforts to fight crime, but also other interventions. As I indicated to you, social development is here. We have to intensify the local drug action committee, strengthen it, and ensure that we do give support, because some of these organize gangsters, the social aspect in it, that we do need to give, offer all the support to the youngsters, be visible in schools, ensure that there's empowerment programs that are actually happening in this community. So it is a multi-facet type of an intervention or approach that we just need to intensify, so that we give the much needed hope and confidence. Look at these youngsters, the community here. They want to hear what are the solutions, and these solutions must be sustainable.
Thank you for the last two questions from SABC News. What can you say to those that might say you are just showing a face here with no proper plan, no proper action in order to cap what is happening? You know about the mass shooting that took place last year. You know about the incident, the shooting incident that took place last week, Thursday. You know now about this incident that happened yesterday. What are the solutions? Number two, you engage with the family. What are they saying? Funeral arrangements, or is it still early for that?
Yeah, well, the family for now, we're giving them time. As you can see, this incident only happened last night, and the family, they are still, gathering to actually engage amongst themselves. So we're giving them that opportunity. They will communicate with us. For now, it was for us to give them, support. It's not just about the two police that lost their lives, but there's two members of the community as well that we need to, give them support. It goes a long way, really, our presence, because it gives confidence to the terrified communities who are not sure whether they could go to a shop, to buy groceries, and when they see the leadership on the ground, when they see police on the ground, it gives them that confidence that that the situation is under control and the situation is being managed, and all what we can commit to our communities is that all available resources, our own EMPD, we've got a number of units that are on the ground. There's various interventions that are actually being done to deal with drugs, to deal with gangsterism. But I'm certain that the report will be given accordingly by the South African Police Services. Ours is to ensure that we mobilize, our own, EMPD, our own community liaising units, various interventions that we actually channel all the resources to this place. But we must also ensure that we do that in a sustainable way. It's not just today because there's this incident, but there's a continuous, rollout of the support. We've got a precinct. We've got different interventions. We are setting up, EMPD precinct, in various areas where it's not just the infrastructure that we deploy, but it's to also ensure that we deploy the police. We also make sure that we give them the tools of trade. We give them the car. We ensure that they are actually visible.
Thank you very much.
Can you say that this is a losing battle for you? You are losing a fight against crime in this area.
We can never lose the fight against crime. We can never. I mean, you have seen every time. I mean, there's so many arrests that we actually effect. What we just need to do is to communicate. We must communicate a number of successes that we're actually doing, because that's what is going to give confidence to communities. But that's what is going to, instill fear to a gangster. A gangster must know that once you touch, not just the police, you touch a life, amongst the community, we're going to hunt you down, you're going to be arrested, and you're going to face the music. And I think that's what our communities want to hear, because we have to deploy all the resources necessary. I mean, I gave a report just 2 weeks ago. We're opening up one precinct in Ekurhuleni that we are also adding the numbers to our own EMPD, over 200 new officers that will also be deploying. There's over 58 new cars that we're actually deploying. And all that we do in order to ensure that we fight criminality, but also we're mobilizing communities. The community safety forums to actually ensure that there is a coordinated and also support, because the best intelligence is that one that comes from communities, that communities are organized. Every street, there are street committees that are able to ensure that they detect and report crime on time.
Lastly, it does seem though that all the interventions that you are talking about are not effective. If they were effective, you wouldn't have 5 people dying in the space of a week. People need more interventions from you, effective interventions. Yes, I understand you were.
That was our reporter, Dludla. Of course, he's with the Ekurhuleni Mayor there in Reiger Park this afternoon, as the Mayor has gone to families, basically sending his condolences or conveying his condolences to the families, colleagues and loved ones of the 2 police officers who were killed in the line of duty. Now, police investigations are continuing with the specialized units deployed as a search for those responsible for the shooting continues.